case you don't know, there it goes. There's the recording. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Kimberly Wilson-Weddy, and I'm co-president of Valerie Wilson Travel. I'm very excited and honored to be hosting tonight's Travel Fest. And with us, I'd like to welcome Valerie Ann Wilson. And while she needs no introduction, she is our founder, chairman, and CEO. Jennifer Wilson Buttigieg, our co-president, will be logging on shortly, and Brian Buttigieg, our chief operating officer. So it is so great to see everybody back on Zoom. It has been a while since we've joined together to talk travel, and I know tonight is going to be a wonderful deep dive into an exploration with some of our clients. So I know I said it last night, but I actually recognize a couple names to clients who have joined both nights. So thank you for joining. But I would like to share, I know many of you received our announcement from about a month ago, but it is very exciting and what an honor to announce that Valerie Wilson Travel was acquired by Frosch International Travel on April 30th. This acquisition really brings together two leading families in travel. And what we truly believe that together we are going to help reshape the landscape of full service travel management. And we're going to do that through trust and integrity and innovation. Our goal is to work together, but the best news is life doesn't change. All of your Valerie Wilson Travel advisors and associates are still with us at Valerie Wilson Travel. The brand Valerie Wilson Travel stays. We remain in Virtuoso. And so combined with the talent and deep bench and belief in technology that Frosch brings to the table, combined with everything that Valerie Wilson Travel has to offer, we know that this is a wonderful marriage for all of us together. So I think it's time to start talking travel. What do you think? So we know we are starting to see travel rebound. It has been a very long year, almost a year and a half, that we have been grounded. Tonight, we are joined with 8 of our preferred partners who will bring and update us on what is going on with each of their products. It is a great honor to welcome American Airlines, American Queen Steamboat, Lindblad Expeditions, the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Company, Regent 7 Seas Cruises, Royal Caribbean Line, Uniworld Boutique River Cruises, and the Velvet Collection. So without further ado, and like last night, we're going alphabetically, not to pick any favorites. We get to start with American Airlines. And I know Martin, our regional sales director, is here to join us. So I'm going to turn it over to Martin, and a welcome to Anil and the American Airlines family for being such a great partner to Valerie Wilson Travel. So let's kick it off.
Thank you very much, Kimberly. Really appreciate it. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here with everybody this afternoon. Thank you very much for, again, inviting American Airlines to your event, Client Travel Fest this year again. And for all the Valerie Wilson Travel clients that are attending, thank you for taking the time today to be with us. As you already know, the Valerie Wilson Travel advisors and associates are the very best in the industry. So you have selected the very best of all agencies in the business. There are 4 topics I want to touch upon this afternoon, and hopefully we'll have some time for more questions afterwards. I will speed up if I'm talking too much about a specific topic, but here we go. I want to touch upon first, what is American Airlines seeing in regards to travel returning? The second topic will be a very hot one, and that's the digital health passport and the vaccine requirements. A new partner just announced yesterday, although it's been in the works for quite some time, some new alliances that we've been working on over the past year. And since I expect a lot of you to be from the New York area, I'm going to touch a moment just on the New York LaGuardia terminal that we have that's really moving along with construction. So what is American Airlines seeing these days with travel and people returning to travel? The cadence that we expect is to keep on seeing a quickened pace as vaccines continue to be widespread and governments change their restrictions. we start to see a return of corporate travel, well, which is quite welcoming. Matter of fact, just recently, this past week, Allison Taylor was quoted on a Wall Street Journal article titled "Corporate Demand." And recently, we polled our top 50 corporate accounts, and out of the 50, 47 of the largest corporate accounts that we work with have plans to resume travel by the end of this year. It is a very different sign than what we've seen a couple of months ago. They're all getting their offices set up and open. People are feeling comfortable coming back into the office. And once that happens, we truly believe travel will really begin to start. As we look down in three main categories of travel: domestic leisure, domestic business, and long-haul international. Domestic leisure, I'm sure for most everybody, is doing very well right now, especially people heading to the beach, to mountains, ski resorts in the wintertime. This past Memorial Day weekend was a very strong weekend for us. Our load factors domestically were high in the 80s, mid 80s throughout the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So again, leisure is doing very well. Domestic business, again, as I mentioned, as as corporates return back to their office, restrictions for travel start get lifted or eased, and we're sure that we'll start to see travel return back. We're seeing these green shoots already because of the vaccination increase. Long-haul international, once again, we believe as governments start to unlock and vaccine distribution and relaxation of government and corporate travel restrictions, we'll begin to see that. We are seeing some green shoots in that area as well. Moving on to the topic of the digital health passport and vaccine requirements. American Airlines has partnered quite closely with Sherpa. You can go on our AA.com website and look up Sherpa and put in your destination, and you'll be provided with all the requirements that you need to travel safely and all the requirements that you'll need as far as testing, vaccinations, and so forth. We've also partnered very closely with VeriFly. If you haven't looked into VeriFly now, that is a tool that we are looking to use as our digital passport. You'll be able to upload your documents, keep all your travel records, and again, very simply, once everything is complete and official, you'll get a very simple green check mark across your screen on your smartphone. We've even set up designated express lanes at the airport for people that are using VeriFly. We have 6 of our travel partners, British Airways, Iberia, Qantas, that are also going to be using VeriFly. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier as you're using different airlines in your travel. We've also spent quite a bit of time partnering with at-home, in-person vaccination kits. We just announced a new one yesterday. More news to come on that, but there's several different companies out there that we are working that you can pre-order these kits, have everything ready to take before your flight or what's required when you come back into the United States from an international destination. Talking a little bit about our new partner. Yes, just yesterday, Aer Lingus was welcomed into our Atlantic joint business. They are officially part of our alliance now. They're also part of oneworld, of course, but we're excited about that. We've been waiting for that final approval for quite some time, but it really adds additional breadth and depth into our transatlantic service. Talking about some new alliances. Over the past year, we've been working with Alaska Airlines. You've probably heard about that. And most recently, we started an alliance with JetBlue. The purpose of both those alliances is to bring more travel convenience and opportunities to the traveler. Most recently, as of just this week, we announced that the loyalty programs are now reciprocal on both sides with JetBlue, and that has also been the case with Alaska Airlines for quite some time at this period. Just an example of what the JetBlue Alliance has done for corporate travel, leisure travelers, as far as opportunities to travel. We've since opened, just in the announcement, 57 new routes for American Airlines and JetBlue. And today we have over 100 codeshare markets already available for use. As a result also of the JetBlue, it's allowed us to do some new international flying out of the JFK. Recently, we announced and started 3 new routes to Colombia. Just a couple of weeks ago, we started Tel Aviv. We'll also be starting Tel Aviv from Miami and Dallas-Fort Worth in the near future. And tomorrow, we actually start our new service from Kennedy to Athens, Greece. All these, again, made possible by the added connection and passengers that will flow through Kennedy Airport with our alliance partner with JetBlue. In the future, on the Alaskan Alliance side, we've started the Seattle Heathrow market not too long ago. And throughout this year, we'll be adding markets to China and India later this year. Just a quick update on LaGuardia. As you know, Terminal B has been completed. It was pretty exciting to hear. It was officially opened on my 37th year anniversary with American last year on Saturday, January 13th. I thought that was my anniversary present because that's where I actually started with American as well. So the terminal, if you have not been there yet, Terminal B, there's quite extensive dining and shopping available at this time. There's direct connections to all the concourses. Our new Admirals Club, which will be quite amazing and quite large, will be opening during the first quarter of 2022. Today, we still have our Concourse D Admirals Club open for use. The total project was a comprehensive budget of about $8.2 billion to transform that airport into the modern airport that was needed since I started with American back in 1981. Those are just the topics I want to talk about. So Mary, if we want to open it up for other questions, any follow-up that you might need from my—
Fantastic. So I know this is not a very shy group. If you wish to use the chat feature, you can certainly ask questions, or else you can raise your hand. I'm hesitant to unmute everyone. So let's try to use the chat if possible. So almost the center of your screen down below for some of our clients, but I'm thinking everyone's pretty savvy now. And thank you, Martin.
Martin, Mimi wanted to remind everybody that Ireland just announced their opening.
That is
to the
true.
country.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's
And what's
news.
exciting about that, as these locations make their announcements, again, partnering with Verifly, we're getting all the requirements loaded into Verifly as well. Matter of fact, it goes live tomorrow with Athens as well. So they're working as fast and furious as they can to add all the additional markets that we need, especially the ones that have already announced opening.
Fantastic.
And hopefully there'll be more and more good news over the next few weeks of more European countries opening up. We're going to say
Absolutely.
our prayers and cross our fingers and toes.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes, without a doubt.
Go ahead, Martin.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so very much to American Airlines, to Martin and Anil. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So next up, we've got American Queen Steamboat Company. So Liz, I think I saw you. There you are. I think
You're
still
muted.
Of course I
There
am.
you
Good
go.
afternoon, everyone. Terrific to be here and see everyone back on the screen, hopefully in person soon. Well, for today, I'd just like to say thank you to Valerie Wilson Travel. It's wonderful to be here and to be part of the team. I am also very happy to tell you all that we have been sailing since March. We are American Queen Steamboat Company, as most of you know, and we do U.S. river cruising. So we have 4 paddle wheelers traveling on the U.S. rivers, and we actually launched our American Duchess in March. So she has been sailing since March, and then we added the American Countess, our newest vessel, in April. So we have the Duchess, which normally holds about 166 passengers. She's out there with 80 to 90 passengers right now. And then the Countess, which is just over 200, is about half capacity as well. So, we're sailing the rivers. We have the shore excursions. Now, normally we would have the shore excursions with a hop-on, hop-off motor coach and a lot more freedom. For the time being, we're moving around in groups because we've taken all the precautions, and thank God, so far everything is going fantastically. We haven't had any incidents. It's all been terrific, even though up until July 1st, everyone had to be tested. So we're having everyone wear masks and they get tested before they can get on board. As of July 1, everyone will be vaccinated before they board any of our vessels. So that's official. We've been moving around on the shore excursions. All of the motor coaches are being sanitized. The vessel is being sanitized. Everything is in place. We will add the third vessel in June up on the Columbia and Snake River, which is a really popular itinerary for those who like the West Coast and the wineries and so forth. That's the American Empress. She's at 221 capacity. She'll probably sail about 122 starting out. And then we'll introduce the Queen, which is our flagship at 417 passengers. She'll roll out in August. So what we're really excited about is everyone is rolling out. We've got the excursions going. And then what's going to happen is we know that we're going to be able to up the capacity. So by the end of summer, the Queen will be up to about 300 to 350, where she normally holds 417. So everything is getting better each week that goes by. So that's my first announcement. We're out there and we're still coming. And I'd also like to just discuss some of the enhancements that we've made. We are now inclusive. We've always had the pre-night hotel and of course the dining and the alternative dining, including in the Wi-Fi and so forth. But we've now added all beverages, where before it was beer and wine with dinner. It's now all spirits, soft drinks, specialty teas and coffees. They're all available 24/7. So that means the bars and the lounges will be open. And as you know, we do shows on board our vessels. So we're going to be having 2 seatings for dinner for quite some time. So that means there'll be a show after each vessel. There'll be 2 shows on each vessel after each dinner. So the lounges and the bars will be open for people to gather around. So although we are a river cruise and we are parallel to the European river cruises, we are a little bit more active later into the evening. So it's a little bit livelier. It doesn't just close up at 9 o'clock. So with the enhancement of the beverages and the bars and the lounges being open, you'll see a lot more activity. We've also enhanced our menus. So for anyone who wants prime beef or lobster every night of the week, they can have it. We partnered with a company called Hepburn's, and the food has always reflected the regions that we're traveling in, always. And so if you're down south, you might be getting some Creole type of food, but remember, we can always accommodate the vegans and the vegetarians and the diabetic meals as well. But some of the other enhancements are that we've purchased our shore excursion companies. So what we're working at American Queen Steamboat Company is to be a basically one-stop shopping, because as you know, you came to American Queen to make your reservation. You went someplace else to book your shore excursions. So what we're working at is we've purchased the shore excursion company. Will be all under one umbrella now. So we're merging into one full one-stop shopping situation. I'm trying to think anything else. We've really been going full force and full steam because we're one of the few that are still out there. 2021, there's still 1 or 2 spots, but not much availability. 2022 is selling, and we've opened up 2023. The American Countess, our newest vessel, has been very well received. It has a fantastic showroom. It's a little bit a cross between modern and contemporary, where most of you know when you picture the paddle wheeler, you picture the American Queen with the Southern Victorian charm and the Tiffany lamps and such. The American Countess is a little bit more modern, contemporary. We have coffee makers in every room, and we have flat screen TVs and bathrobes and slippers. So we've really made it so that you can cross-sell or cross-travel from Europe into the United States. If you want a smaller, more intimate vessel, we've got the suite vessel, the American Duchess. She has 50 suites out of 83 staterooms. We're really moving along nicely. So I think that's pretty much what I have to update you on today.
Okay, thank you so much. Any questions? I really think this is such a unique product that many of our Valerie Wilson travel clients may not always think about.
I have a
Valerie
question,
has her hand
Kimberly.
up.
Go ahead, Valerie.
Liz, is there one itinerary that is definitely the number one within all of your product line?
Okay, yes, I would say our staple itinerary would be the lower Mississippi, Memphis to New Orleans, New Orleans to Memphis. You know, a lot of people they don't know what to expect on a U.S. river cruise. That, you know, there is so much history, so much culture, and the Mississippi River is actually the second largest river in the United States, and it's still used for transportation. So we transport product up and down the river. A lot of people choose the lower Mississippi because they get to see all the transportation happening, but they also import there. You know, of course, you have Memphis to New Orleans, all the music. I mean, all the music, and then you have Vicksburg for the Civil War history. There's just so much to see in the Mark Twain reenactments. All of the emphasis or influence that the Mississippi had on Mark Twain and all of his stories. So I would say our staple is the lower Mississippi, Memphis, New Orleans, but we can't forget the Columbia and Snake River over on the West Coast, because that is an itinerary in and out of Washington, you know, with the wineries, and you're following there the footsteps of Lewis and Clark. So you have your history there, but you also have the most dramatic scenery on the West Coast in the United States. So that is an itinerary that just everybody is really eager to get on. And when we try to put groups on there, it sometimes becomes a little bit challenging because it's already booked.
Thank you.
Such a great question. Thank you. So want to share a little bit more about your new expedition ship?
Yes, I would. Okay. Yes, American Queen Steamboat Company. Our sister company is Victory Cruise Lines. Now, Victory Cruise Lines, it actually sails under a foreign flag, and we have 2 vessels doing the Great Lakes, but we also are launching in 2022 our X-Bow. It's a light expedition vessel up in Alaska. Okay. So you can do 9 days, 10 days. It's not going to be your typical Alaska cruise. This is going to be light expedition. So there are going to be observation decks and zodiacs for those who want to get out and go out there. We partnered with Polycal Tech. There'll be scientists on board taking samples out of the ocean, and you'll be able to go out on zodiacs and experience that and come back and learn about different things that are going on with the icebergs and so forth. It's an incredible new vessel, and what's wonderful about it is it's sustainable, and it's, you know, it's definitely environmental friendly. The way it's built is so that for balance, because obviously you're out there with icebergs and so forth, so it's built beautifully for balance. And I would say that it's 200 passengers. So what we're finding lately for 22, and as we all start to open back up, is everyone seems to want to try, like, smaller is better, or smaller is bigger, smaller groups, smaller vessels, more unique itineraries, experiences. So that's what's going to be happening with our Victory. That's our Ocean Victory. And then in 2023, we'll be launching another expedition vessel. And that's our sister company, Victory.
Great. Thank you so very much. So I think we're going to move on. So thank you again, Liz. We really appreciate it. And I hope everybody thinks of our America Rivers as a great option. So we are now going to move to Lindblad Expeditions. And I believe I see Lisa Bain,
Yes,
Vice President of Sales of North America under Mary Clifford title. So welcome.
thank you. And I am going to go ahead and share my screen if that is okay with everyone. I have some great images to share with everybody. And thank you also so much for allowing me the opportunity to be here this evening and share these remarkable journeys that we have with Lindblad Expeditions. So I wanted to take you back a little bit of history. For us at Lindblad, it started when Lars Erik Lindblad really undertook the very first expedition to Antarctica back in 1966. Now that was very quickly followed by the first trip to the Galapagos Islands. He is really respected as the father of small ship expedition experiences. And he believed that educated people who saw things with their own eyes would be a potent force for the preservation of those places. And that belief has become a powerful force for the good of conservation and restoration projects worldwide. Now, his son Sven has not only maintained that legacy, he's continued to introduce our guests to new geographies. He's deepened our commitment to key destinations, created new programs, and added state-of-the-art equipment to the expedition experience. Now, he regarded his father as a hero and was always enthralled by everything the National Geographic magazine did, the National Geographic Society, its explorers, past and current. And from the National Geographic standpoint, they believe there is simply no one who does not love the idea of exploring the world and knowing all its wonders, or having a fleet of ships to do it with. So our alliance with them was a total natural, and it creates a beautiful proposition for today's travelers, you. And thanks to the Lindblad National Geographic Alliance, guests like you can sail aboard our fleet to the planet's most extraordinary places in the company of world-renowned scientists, naturalists, educators, researchers, and you get to explore alongside skilled specialists using all of our cool tools for exploration. We have an expedition team, and as you see them today, they exist because of those early expeditions we did, their knowledge that was gained, their experience honed over years of expedition travel. These are expedition leaders like the wonderful Tom Ritchie, who you see here, who has done 160 Antarctic expeditions. And he still has that childlike wonder whenever you see him aboard our ships. It's the desire to educate, to inspire, in the hope that you're going to return as a passionate advocate for the protection of the places you visit. And our team is supported by all these really cool tools, such as underwater drones, remote operated vehicles, so we can really share that undersea world. We have video microscopes, so you can look at the smallest critters in the oceans surrounding us, zodiacs for up close exploration, and access to the most remote little beaches, and a great glass bottom zodiac in the South Pacific, just in case you're not a diver or a snorkeler. Kayaks, paddle boards for up close wildlife encounters, and it gives you a real water level perspective. And then specialty activities such as skiing or snowshoeing in Antarctica during that early season when you've got that great sea ice. Now, all of these activities are included in the expedition fare. There's no additional cost. And we know, honestly, more about space than we do our own ocean. So our underwater team provides an amazing opportunity to understand that marine biodiversity beneath our ships. And it gives us a full 360-degree view of the world beneath us. And that team is diving in Antarctica to the South Pacific. Now, Sven loved photography, and he introduced it to expedition as an intrinsic part of what we do. So you can learn and capture images and moments that you can share and hold dear for years to come after your expedition. Our Lindblad National Geographic Photography program really does allow you to travel with either a National Geographic photographer or certified photo instructor on all of our departures. And we also have this great relationship with B&H Photography. That's the renowned New York photo store. And on nearly all of our ships now, we have a B&H photo locker. And that is complimentary for all of our guests to go in and check out state-of-the-art equipment to trial in the field. It's a great addition if you're a great photographer, or even if you're trying a hand at some new forms of equipment. Now, Lindblad is a leader in responsible travel and sustainability. We're a 100% carbon neutral company. We're committed to green business operations. Our curious and committed travelers have committed over $19 million to wildlife preservation, conservation, local communities, and to enable us to do meaningful scientific research in the places we visit. Now, it's all about going farther, and it's only with our dedicated, intimate little ships that we can do that. And they're built specifically for expedition. Our largest ship is the National Geographic Explorer in the top left corner. That's only 148 guests. That's the biggest, 81 cabins. Now, each ship is designed specifically for the region they explore. So there's no cookie cutter ships here. I did want to spend a little time on our newest ships. This is the National Geographic Endurance and the National Geographic Resolution. These are amazing new vessels. And we didn't go bigger, we chose to go smaller. These are 69 cabins and suites, total of 126 guests, and 53 of the 69 cabins feature balconies, including all 12 solo cabins. The Endurance launched last year, and the Resolution launches here in just a couple of weeks. Now, this is the next generation in expedition ship, purpose-built for remote navigation. They're fully stabilized for ice class polar code PC5 category. Try saying that 3 times fast. They are a patented X-bow technology, and the design of that means that they are extremely smooth ride, even in adverse conditions. So think the Drake Passage or the North Sea. Beautiful lounge, 24-hour beverage services, lots of glass, a photo workshop area. That's the heart of the ship. A main dining room that offers views from every table. That's one of the key aspects on an expedition ship. You're there to see what's outside. There's a wellness area with a gym, fitness center, yoga rooms, wet and dry saunas, infinity jacuzzis, an open bridge. We have this on all of our ships. This is how we get to see the places we're exploring. And you get to learn from our captains and our officers the opportunity to really understand the art of navigation. And her staterooms are stunning. Her Category 7 suites offer guests a really elegant retreat at the end of the day of exploration. They have a double balcony with hammocks, tables and chairs, walk-in wardrobes, stunning bathrooms with double vanities, soaking bath, rain showers. And as I said, 53 of the 69 have balconies, and the remaining rooms have these beautiful picture windows with large window seats. So a wonderful way to spend your evenings. Now, these two are perfectly scaled expedition ships that are really going to allow us to go farther. Of course, we also have a selection of intimate little ships around the world, like the Sea Cloud in the top left corner. That's Marjorie Merriweather Post's beautiful high master sailing ship. If you're a sailor, that's a must in Greece or the Caribbean. The 28 guest Delphine 2, which explores the tributaries of the Amazon. My favorite on the left bottom corner, the beautiful Jahan on the Mekong. And finally, the Lord of the Glens, which explores the rivers, lochs, and inner Hebrides of Scotland. We're really excited. We are heading back out into the water as well. In June, we will be back in Alaska with 4 of our ships. We have our 8-day Alaska's Coastal Wilderness, and we have our shorter, more impactful Wild Alaska that starts in June. We also have our Galapagos itineraries restarting on June 4th and July 17th. Once again, our 10-day Galapagos program and our shorter 7-day Wild Galapagos program. So that's on the Endeavour and the Islander. Very excited to get back and support those local communities, and extremely excited to announce we're back in Iceland starting in July aboard the National Geographic Explorer with our full Iceland circumnavigation and our shorter Wild Iceland options. We cover all 7 continents, from Antarctica to the Arctic. Of course, the Arctic is multiple countries, from Svalbard to Norway and those rugged coasts of Greenland with their small villages, the cultural components, the indigenous cultures, and the amazing wildlife like walrus, or perhaps a species like the ivory gull, which is found nowhere else than in the Arctic waters. Antarctica, of course, we were the first there in 1966, and we've been exploring there ever since and sharing this remarkable place, its brilliant wildlife, both above and below the waters, and also some of the remarkable wildlife like our elephant seals and huge numbers of king penguins on South Georgia, and which is a stunning experience. So just quickly, some brand new itineraries that are coming down the pipeline. We're back in Japan. We're going to Japan in 2022. There are 3 stunning itineraries focusing on culture and the history of the region. The Ring of Fire itinerary is going to take you all the way from Nome, Alaska, down along that coast of Russia, through the Kuril Islands, and down into the top of Japan. The northernmost island, Hokkaido, boasts several national parks, and the wildlife and culture is unique to it, even within Japan. Our Japan-focused voyage, which is all about culture, architecture, and food. This one is 3 of the main islands of Japan, plus a stop in South Korea for the UNESCO World Heritage Shilla Dynasty visit. And then the 3rd takes us all the way from Japan with a little focus on the islands of Japan, but then heading down into the Ryukyu Islands, that beautiful chain of more subtropical islands, before we hit Taiwan. Then if you are a snorkeler, a diver, or you're into World War II history, this next voyage is truly epic. It is 29 days all the way across through Guam, Micronesia, Kiribati, Tokalua, and French Polynesia, World War II history, indigenous cultures. If you're into Indonesia, 2 stunning itineraries you can put back to back. You have our Singapore to Bali. Here, this wonderful photo here is, of course, Borobudur Temple on the island of Java, but this trip is a focus on the stunning marine life and also that volcanic activity. So we get the chance to go and visit Krakatoa, and also the rich culture of this region. And then you can add on to that our Bali, Raja Ampat, and Papua New Guinea. This is more that along the eastern side of Indonesia and spend several days exploring Papua New Guinea, its wildlife with a visit to Komodo Islands. We'll get to a region called Raja Ampat, which is some of the most spectacular snorkeling and diving in the world. And then also those cultural experiences of the Asmat, the people of Papua New Guinea. And last but not least, we're spending a lot of time on the National Geographic Orion, not only in New Zealand, but in the South Pacific. And we have, as one example, this great little short Wild Polynesia program, which will start next year. And this is very much a cultural experience. It's the wildlife. We have 2 divers in residence on the National Geographic Orion, so you can make the most of your time. So this is really going to showcase those brilliant regions of the South Pacific, 21 new itineraries for 22 and beyond, all providing intimate explorations of the world's wildest places, and in the company of our renowned expedition team. So I really want to thank Valerie Wilson Travel and all the wonderful advisors that work with us and support us. Please reach out to them. We'd love to share some of these remarkable itineraries with you.
Wow, that was amazing. Any questions? Okay. We're just going to keep moving right along then. Next up, we have the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Company. So
Hello.
Angela, there you are. Welcome.
Well, I love following Lynn Blant because, I mean, apart from the fact that your photos are absolutely stunning, I love going from expedition to a little bit slower lifestyle as we're going to talk about the yacht and the yacht collection. But first, I wanted to thank the team at Valerie Wilson for inviting me and being able to share what we have going on at Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection. And, you know, unlike my colleagues here, I'm just going to bring the presentation up here for a sec. Unlike my colleagues here, we're actually not sailing yet. We haven't brought out the ship yet, but she comes out at the end of the year. So I'm really excited to be able to tell you about the yacht experience. Our yacht, EVRIMA, our first of 3 yachts, she will come out in November, sailing in the Caribbean. I'm so happy for my colleagues that are already restarting cruising. We hadn't started yet when the pandemic hit. So we were in the midst of building our first ship in Spain. And then of course, the lockdown affected us as it affected many people and many companies here. But we're in the final stages now. She's actually moved to another shipyard to be able to receive the marine blue painting on the hull, as you see here on her bottom half. So we're really excited as we continue to develop the first of its kind product for Ritz-Carlton, and in what we call a managed franchise in our partnership with the Ritz-Carlton hotel team that know, of course, how to build luxury hotels around the world. Ritz-Carlton is one of 9 luxury brands under the Marriott portfolio, and we're lucky to have been able to join and be able to work on the first ever Ritz-Carlton at sea. And I think you've heard the theme here has been small ship, small ship, small ship. We're very happy that we didn't have to change any of our design when the pandemic hit, because we were already blessed with only having 25,400 gross tons, which translates into typically more guests than this, but we purposely had already chosen to keep it under 300 guests, only 149, all luxury suites. We have an all-inclusive value. So that means that in the voyage fare, you're going to see an all-suite accommodations, which means every suite as well also has a terrace, multiple dining experiences. We're blessed even with a ship this size, you typically wouldn't see the breadth of dining that is available on this vessel. We have 10 different dining options, which is quite unique. We know from our research done with the Ritz-Carlton customer as well as luxury customers worldwide that culinary and exploration were going to be the top 2 things that went hand in hand with wanting to choose an experience like this. So we've invested quite heavily in our food and beverage, our culinary exploration on board this vessel, including what we hope to be the first 3-star Michelin restaurant at sea, in partnership with Sven Elverfeld, who is the Ritz-Carlton Wolfsburg 3-star Michelin chef for over 11 years, which is really unheard of in Michelin territory. He's phenomenal, and he is really bringing a wonderful experience that we will have on board in a restaurant we call Sea. which is only 28 seats, very special dining experience, as you would expect at the Michelin level. So the voyage fare also includes all the beverages in suite throughout the yacht, onboard activities and entertainment, the onboard gratuities, as well as Wi-Fi. And these suites are unbelievable. They range from 300 square feet plus the adjacent terrace all the way up to over 1,000 square feet and adjacent terrace. Again, only 149, all with terrace views. We do have the largest percentage of large suites in the industry. Wonderful loft suites as well, 2-level, lots of different configurations. We did away with the adjoining suite doors. Instead, we have sliding walls to be able to open up 2 suites if a family wants to be together, or if you just wanted more entertainment space. And of course, the superior guest amenities that everyone knows is synonymous with the Ritz-Carlton product on land in their hotel product. Here's just some of the views of the suites. Then the star of the show, every single time I bring up the image of the marina platform, everyone is, always amazed. This is actually our best performing image when we look at it from a marketing perspective. Everyone loves to look at the marina, and why she's unique is because, of course, she gives us the direct access to the sea, and it's what makes the yacht the yacht. So we are, when we're in certain territories, certain ports, we're able to lower the marina platform. And from here, our guests will have complimentary access to our water sports for those port days when we're at anchor. So we've got paddle boards, windsurf, sailboats, any non-motorized water toy you can think of will be available here at the marina platform for guests to be able to go out onto the water and really enjoy their day. Of course, we couldn't call ourselves a Ritz-Carlton unless we had the Ritz-Carlton Spa and Wellness Center aboard. We have a wonderful, wonderful program of spa and indulgent spa activities, as well as a full fitness center with on-demand fitness, as well as private fitness classes, personal training. This is just a wonderful area on board the ship to be able to really relax and unwind. We also have, I didn't put it in the presentation because I wanted to be cognizant of time, but we also have a very small Ritz Kids Club for families who want to maybe bring children along with them. We think will be popular during the summer months and during festive season. But being a Ritz-Carlton is a family-friendly product, we do have activities available for 4 to 12-year-olds. Then in terms of our sailing regions and seasons, like I said, we start sailing this November. We will do a Caribbean season for November through basically the winter season up until about April. And then we will make our way back over to the Mediterranean, where we will spend our first spring and summer there, followed by coming back to the Caribbean. And so basically, EVRIMA does this circle around the Atlantic Yacht Basin and continues along that path. And then we will bring out eventually yachts 2 and 3 on the docket as well. So I just wanted to do a really quick update as to the yacht and our itineraries. I could talk on and on about that and our special programs that we're building. Being that we're new, so many things are still in the works and being developed, including our vaccination program. Of course, we will have fully vaccinated crew. We are looking at what to do in terms of our guests. Given that we don't sail until November, we have a little bit more time to be able to see how that evolves. But we have wonderful, our guests, we've had to do a couple of delays because of COVID. But our guests are so looking forward to this Ritz-Carlton product sailing. They have really done a wonderful job of sticking with us and really booking a lot of our Mediterranean voyages for next summer. They are, bar none, always the most popular option when it comes to seeing yourself on a yacht sailing in the Greek Isles. I don't think that there would be anything more, lovely to do, and especially, being off of the marina in the back. Would make it quite a wonderful set of memories to walk away from. So thank you again for having me. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them now.
Great, thank you, Angela. So I have one quick question. So when you look at the audience that you're really targeting, how many of them do you think will be Ritz-Carlton hotel past guests versus sort of new to the Ritz-Carlton brand? And what's your take on sort of new to cruise? Because this is a really interesting platform for Ritz-Carlton to enter the yacht space?
Well, that's a great question, because when we first entered this space, I had assumed that, you know, like many of my colleagues, I come from Crystal and Silver Sea. I had assumed that many would come from other luxury brands who wanted to try this new product. And I was quite happily surprised by the fact that we currently enjoy 70% new first-time cruisers to the market. And so this meant a great deal of things, obviously, for travel advisors like Valerie Wilson, for our guests. We really dug deep into why this would be. And I think it goes back to when we first started designing this ship and what the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection would stand for. We really went and took a white sheet approach and said, there are obvious elements of luxury hotel because we're Ritz-Carlton will want to bring in, but we want to be able to attract this first-time cruiser or someone that was never interested in cruise before, but loved luxury land programs or, you know, obviously hotel stays at luxury resorts around the world, not necessarily just Ritz-Carlton, but luxury in general for Four Seasons and anything in between. And really, I think what we've done with the development of the itineraries, you know, I went over the itinerary regions very quickly, but when we develop itineraries, we look at 7 to 10 night itineraries that are purposely very tight in a geographic region. And we do that by design so that we don't have to spend many hours traversing nautical miles to be able to get to the next port. And why is that? Because we value having the guest have a fully immersive day, evening, 2-night, overnight stays. We have the longest number of overnight stays actually in our market because we knew this guest was turned off by this, you know, sometimes in itinerary development, you'll have this need to have to visit 7 ports in 7 days. And so what that you do is you end up ping-ponging and the guest never really gets to spend a lot of time in the port as a result. And no one wants to leave Ibiza at 6 p.m. at night or not be in Saint-Tropez or not really fully enjoy it. So in order to do that, you have to either cut out ports or you have to keep the regions very close together geographically to be able to have that immersion and have guests who never wanted to cruise before really feel like, yes, I feel like I can experience the destination if I choose this. So that's one of the elements that we did, but I think it's a really important element. Of course, the ship design, of course, the suites, the public spaces, really we modeled it after Ritz-Carlton residences to really give it that residential approach. But it's many of those things that have featured into really what I feel is driving this first-time customer to.
It's so exciting. I know selfishly, both Valerie and I can't wait to see it. We were on some of those early brainstorming calls and signed the NDAs and you know, gave some of the critiques. So I think it's a really interesting shift in the landscape of cruise and could not be more excited that we're going to get new to cruise because it's a wonderful opportunity to welcome that form of travel to different passengers. So thank you so much for your presentation. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, so we are now going to move on to Regent Seven Seas Cruises. I believe I saw Sherry Pasternak.
And I
don't know
see Kate. She came in as me on the bottom. Sorry, Kim, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, that's awesome. And Kate Otto, so welcome to both of you. I'm not sure who is presenting, but thank you.
Hey, Kim. Yeah.
I just have to
Kate,
mute.
yeah, there she is. Kate's presenting.
Wonderful, thank you. So Kate, I think you're still on mute. There you go.
How about now?
Perfect.
Great. Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
I miss you. It's nice to
I
see
miss
you.
you too. Yeah. Hi, Val.
Always waving at you.
Hi. Okay. Can we see this? Great. Well, I'm delighted to be here tonight to tell you a little bit about Regent Seven Seas Cruises. And I'm so happy to see all the faces of people I really care about at Valerie Wilson Travel. So it's good to see you again. Okay. So what will cruising look like in the future to come? We have a new health and safety protocols that we've been working on. And I'm sure you're aware that between NCLH and Royal Caribbean, we introduced the Healthy Sail Panel. And it's a panel of experts who have negotiated 73 protocols for your safety on board and our return to sailing. This is a list of the Sail Safe program, but I know it's tiny, and I just wanted to say that please, if you're interested in reading all of this, it's available through your travel advisor at Valerie Wilson Travel. It's just a brief video on our Splendor. And of course, can you hear it?
No, we can't.
Okay, let me try it again. Okay.
No.
There's no sound, Kate.
No? Oh. Okay. Well, I'm sorry if you didn't hear that. I could. Unrivaled Space at Sea is one of our pillars, offering you more personal space on board. And with this, I'd like to share this chart with you. If you look down to the bottom, you can see based on 100 guests that and the tonnage of the ship, that Regent offers a lot more space per passenger than most ships. With no more than 750 guests on board our ships, we offer expansive space, both on the decks and then private settings as well. Open seating dining is offered in several of our venues, and you can also dine outdoors under the stars. The Pool Grill offers a full dinner menu now, and it's open for breakfast and lunch. Large balconies are really key for our cruise line. And imagine starting your day with a beautiful breakfast on the balcony or an evening cocktail before dinner. These are the pillars of Regent Seven Seas that sets us apart from all others. Every luxury is included: immersive exploration, impeccable service, luxury suites, and exquisite cuisine. We are truly all-inclusive, from free business class air to unlimited shore excursions. We're going to go through this. Prepaid gratuities, no cost for our specialty restaurants, et cetera, and new is free laundry, valet laundry. So you don't have to bring so many clothes on board. This is a value comparison that I absolutely love showing, because it's Regent versus another cruise line, luxury cruise line versus a premium line. And if you see the top part of our number, $77.99 is where we start. But with all of our inclusions, we end at the same number, versus another luxury line that starts but ends at double the price. And then the premium lines that start out very, very attractive rates. But remember, there's a lot of people. There's almost 3,000 on this. And then they're still more expensive because of everything they do not include. So please, when you're looking to buy a cruise, see what's included, because it's really, truly a great savings on board our ships. Immersive exploration, sailing on one of our 5 ships from 750 people to 499. All ships have balconies with the exception of our navigators, only 90% balconies. And then we offer over 450 destinations worldwide. These are the destinations from a 7-night to Alaska, to Northern Europe, the Mediterranean, and from 7-night cruises up to 149 nights. It's your choice. There's so much to offer. We have a voyage debut that was delivered until May of 2023. But soon, this August 18th, we'll have a new deployment of all new itineraries coming out for the balance of 2023 into 2024. And these are some of the overnight stays that we offer. We're very port intensive. The overnights are important to our guests, so we add them as we can. I'd like to highlight the first one, St. Petersburg. I think it's truly fabulous to be able to spend 3 full days and 2 nights in St. Petersburg. You have the option for Moscow overnight, but there's so much to see there. So the 3 days, full days, is very important. And then, believe it or not, we found some new ports, actually 17 of them, with our new voyage collection. So we're constantly looking for new ports to visit with our ships. And then our grand voyages from 36 nights to 71 nights gives you a real flavor of the destinations. And the world cruises, as I mentioned, our 149-night world cruise for 2023 sold out in a week. There's so much pent-up desire to cruise. And it's not only our world cruises, it's many cruises in 22 and 23. And this is very exciting for all of us, and very exciting as well to launch a world cruise for 2024, July 14th. So if you're interested in seeing 6 continents, 42 countries, and 72 ports of call, call Valerie Wilson Travel and book it. Unlimited shore excursions. This is great because you come into a port, you can do these ahead of time, you can sign up. So you go into the port and you have a choice of morning, afternoon, even evening. It just depends on the ports that we are staying at. And so it's unlimited and they are active. They are not all city tours. So there's great choices for you on these unlimited. And then we do have the Regent Choice excursions, which provides another level of engagement with smaller groups, and it's at a supplementary charge. However, Valerie Wilson Travel has many, many sailings that offer extra shipboard credit, and these can be booked with shipboard credits ahead of time. This is a place called Catherine's Palace. It's in St. Petersburg. I had the most wonderful Regent Choice excursion there years ago. And they greeted us in the evening with a glass of champagne, took us throughout the hallways and see all the artwork. It was just absolutely stunning. And then end up in this beautiful gold ballroom with a concert. It was just so special. And we were the only ones there. So it made it really, really special. After that, we went to a Russian restaurant for dinner. And that was really an experience I'll never forget. And then our impeccable service. Our highly trained crew is what makes the Regent experience truly memorable. With a crew to passenger ratio of 1 to 1.4, you will experience the best personalized service at sea. Every detail is taken care of by our highly experienced crew and staff. And our crew is what makes our people come back time and time again. They are just so special. And we're bringing them all back. And we're going to have them sail with us again. We can't wait. We do offer butler service in the penthouse suites and above. and a dedicated suite attendant exclusively for you, which is very important. And if you're tired after a long day of many shore excursions, in-suite dining, you can order dinner course by course. It's a wonderful opportunity just to, you know, relax, have a wonderful dinner, maybe watch a movie. And then on board life. There's plenty of activities on board our ships, and we offer Broadway production shows. We have a casino with blackjack, roulette, and slot machines. And we also offer the Culinary Arts Kitchen, and this is on board the Seven Seas Explorer and the Seven Seas Splendor. I was able to take a couple of these classes. They are amazing. They're fun. You don't have to be a chef. You don't even have to cook. The chef that heads the culinary kitchens will teach you, instruct you, and there are helpers everywhere. We also have the chefs providing special tours ashore. So culinary tours ashore are one of the Regent Choice excursions. And then our dining opportunities. It's one of our highlights to have the open seating dining and the specialty restaurants at no additional cost. And the number of venues we offer versus other ships gives you so much more personal space in these restaurants. And then in addition to our regular destination experts that are on every sailing, we do offer special lecturers on specific sailings. We also offer spotlight sailings, and they could be on wine, bridge, PBS, all kinds of spotlights that are available for you.
So Kate, you went off, you're back on mute for some reason. There you go.
I don't know how that, I didn't touch anything. The newly created Serene Spa offers you a variety of treatments. And we also have a state-of-the-art fitness center. We have classes daily. And on the Splendor and the Explorer, there's an infinity pool next to the spa. It's just a really special, scary experience to go into the infinity pool. Okay. I'm not in control anymore. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I'm seeing if I can, oh, there you go.
Okay, sorry. So our exquisite cuisine, we have over 200 plant-based menu selections for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in our Compass Rose restaurant. This is new as of last year. Then the Prime 7 is our steak and seafood restaurant where we offer lots of choices of steaks and meats. But my favorite's Alaskan king crab leg, and they serve it 2 pounds and shelled. It's just delightful. Then the Compass Rose restaurant is open daily, breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's a wonderful restaurant, it's absolutely beautiful. And if you have a special diet, this is a place to go to. And we also have the vegetarian menus as well here and the vegan. And then Pacific Rim offers Asian fusion cuisine, and this is on our Explorer and Splendor as well. This is a list, just a summary of all of our restaurants. And then our luxurious suites. But I must say before we go into the suites, this is my favorite shot of the Seven Seas Splendor. You can see how much space we really offer in the public areas. And it's not just on the Splendor, it's on all of our ships. It's quite open and just beautiful. So anyway, I had to show you that shot. And then the Regent Suite, we have one on the Splendor and one on the Explorer. They're both over 4,000 square feet. They have 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, many, many other things, an in-suite spa treatment center, and private car and driver in every port. And there's so much more that we offer the Regent Suite client. So remember, one on the Splendor and one on the Explorer. And then the master suite on the Splendor has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The Navigator Master Suite, by the way, you can invite people for dinner and the butler can serve it course by course. I think that's fantastic. If you meet people, have cocktails, and then have a full dinner right there in the suite. And this is the 7C suite on the Voyager, which can be as large as 711 square feet, depending on where it's located. Our penthouse suites on the Splendor offer the sliding doors, so you can have some privacy on one side. And then the minimum is a concierge suite on the Mariner. It's 301 square feet. But I must say, we have the largest closets, the biggest bathrooms at sea. And in fact, this is an old story, but I did a tour on the Navigator in New York, and I asked people to join me in the bathroom, thought I was crazy, but I fit 12 people on the floor space. That's a lot of people. That's a big, big bathroom. And it also comes with champagne, fresh fruit and flowers. You have a refrigerator stocked full of your favorite soft drinks or water, flat screen TVs, streaming movies. So everything, state of the art, everything you need. And again, the large balconies.
I hate to do this, but we are starting to run out of your time allotment. I don't know if there are a couple slides that you want to flip through.
Sure,
Quick,
I'll just go right through. This is when we start. Again, we turn to sailing. So this is a list. We can give you this in the future. I mean, after this, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. Jason Montague, our president, is hosting a cruise in July. And the spotlights I've been through, our awards, and then our special offers. Upgrade, 2-category upgrade is available on Europe select sailings until the end of June. We also have a cruise event savings for Valerie Wilson Travel. If you book by June 16th, savings up to $2,000 per suite, depending on the length of the sailing and the suite that you booked. And the last is kids sail for $9.99 in Alaska and also in Europe. We have a children's program called Club Mariner. It's been in place for many, many years, and we get multi-generation families on board, and it is just a wonderful way to celebrate family. That's it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
very much. That was amazing.
Thank you.
I'm reminded by the great offers. I got a text message just from Mary tonight that we have actually closed business from last night's client event. So to all of our wonderful clients on board,
Wonderful.
we will be sending out what these special offers are that our very preferred partners are giving us to help incentivize people getting back out traveling. So thank you so much, Kate. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks very much,
Thank you.
everyone.
So
Bye.
next up is Royal Caribbean
Bye.
Line. And Lori, I know you're on. I saw you bright and early when we started.
Yes, I'm here. And I am going to also share my screen. If you give me just a moment, I shall do just that. And let's go ahead and thinking. There we go. Well, greetings, everybody. And I'm just so delighted to be here. And Valerie, Kimberly, Mary, and the whole Valerie Wilson team, we are so delighted to share that adventure is back with not only you all, but of course, with all the clients that are on with us tonight. And really, it's been such a time for us to be thinking of travel. And our mission statement, I think, is so appropriate at this time. And I want to share it because we don't often talk about it. And that is that we believe that life is best lived when filled with as much adventure as possible. So we inspire adventures that expand your horizons, bring you to life, and connect you to people. And I cannot think of a more important time to be thinking about connecting with people, friends, loved ones, family, and we at Royal Caribbean want to be a part of that. You see, each and every day we explore the world, we inspire adventure, and deliver world-class service. The priority has always been and will continue to be delivering great vacations. We focus on the customer always, our bespoke destinations, of course, our amazing ship fleet, and now an extra important priority is the health, safety, and security, not only of you, our customer, but our crew, and of course, the places that we visit. Now, we have innovative ships and we like to take you in really exciting style. In fact, if you know Royal Caribbean, you might think of us as energy and excitement, truly woven within our DNA. And I'm really, really happy to share with you all tonight that in less than 2 weeks, we will be sailing with the Adventure of the Seas out of Nassau in the Bahamas on our first cruises in quite some time. And so fasten your seatbelts, everybody. I do believe the sound will work, and I have a very quick video to get you all excited and prepared for what's to come in less than 2 weeks. Are y'all ready?
We lost the sound, Lori. I don't know if you can restart it. Sorry.
Did we all see that and hear that?
No.
No.
We could see
Oh,
it, but
we
not
couldn't
hear it.
hear. Can you try it one more time?
I sure can. I'd be delighted to.
Thank you.
No.
No, we still can't hear it.
Okay, darn, because I checked my settings and everything, and I've had very good luck on Zoom. I apologize, but any other video I show tonight will be less than 15 to 20 seconds, so I apologize for that.
No worries.
The video is still pretty amazing with the imagery. I think you all got the idea of just what lies ahead. And we're really pleased to be sharing such a phenomenal itinerary with not 1, but 2 days at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And for those of you who know, this is a very special private island that Royal Caribbean owns. And we not only have developed the island out beautifully, also own and have the people working on the island living there. So just as we'll have an amazing ship to offer where we control all the health and safety standards, we'll have those exact same standards being met on our private island. So we're really excited about that, to have 2 days at Perfect Day. We'll also be in Cozumel, Mexico, and Grand Bahama Island. And airfares are starting as low as $249. So I will tell you, phenomenal opportunities. And the ship itself, Adventure of the Seas, is a great ship. It has been recently amplified. It has ice skating rinks, original entertainment and production shows, fabulous bars and lounges, also exciting specialty dining, and of course, our sweet spots are families. And we do an amazing job with kids and family activities. I like to say, for the young and the young at heart, everybody has something to do on Royal Caribbean. Now, Perfect Day, for those of you who have been, and many have visited, whether it's thrills or chills that you're looking for, you will truly find something of interest and something that will meet your every wish. And we have great dining as well. But I really think the exciting thing, whether it's thrills you're looking for, you can see shown here, Daredevil's Peak, which is the tallest water slide in North America, or if a helium balloon ride on a tethered balloon 450 feet up into the Bahama Islands, seeing all around suits you, you can certainly find that there. But something that I really think that you all will love when you visit, not if, but when you visit Perfect Day, is Cocoa Beach Club. And this one's a very quick video. The sound won't make any difference. Let's have a peek at what Cocoa Beach Club looks like. Valerie, I saw a thumbs up. Did we hear that one?
Yes, it was working.
Excellent. We are very big on playing great music and showing incredible imagery. So I'm happy that you all got to enjoy that. But I will tell you all, the floating cabanas are absolutely phenomenal in Cocoa Beach Club. There's only 20 of them. They come with a butler service. You can see the overwater hammock, or whether the sliding into the ocean is your attraction. We have that. Covered areas, we have power outlets, shower, even coolers with fresh water. Anything you might want is really found within this beautiful floating cabana. And there are only 20, and they're the only floating cabanas in the Bahamas. Now, we also have beachfront cabanas, which are quite lovely. And it's rather decadent to have the beachfront ones in Cocoa Beach Club. And they too are appointed beautifully with things like the coolers and the concierge service and shaded areas, as well, of course, areas to catch some sun. But what I really enjoy about Cocoa Beach Club is the clubhouse and the infinity pool. Now, talk about decadent. You're on the beach, you're already surrounded by beautiful ocean water, but if you prefer to be in the pool, you can enjoy that with a bar that's right there in Cocoa Beach Club. But the best part of it all is the exclusive restaurant that you'll find there that is, of course, complimentary as a part of entrance into Cocoa Beach Club. And what's great is there's beautiful hors d'oeuvres and snacks served throughout the morning and afternoon. And you can have a lovely lunch or late afternoon snack, and they serve lobster tails, beautiful steaks. So great cuisine, great experience, all found within Cocoa Beach Club on perfect day at Coco Cay. So I will promise you, anybody that dares visit Coco Cay, and I encourage you all to do so, you will have that true perfect experience, no matter what it is you're looking for. So a great last shot of Cocoa Beach Club. And one other thing I do want to point out about this private island experience that is unique is that we do have a pier. It can take up to 2 ships at any one time. And when you think about the tendering service versus the pier, being able to get off and on the ship at your leisure, what a great advantage. Now, something else that we know you'll fall in love with isn't just Perfect Day, but it's Odyssey of the Seas, our brand new ship that's coming out. And she'll be arriving in Florida anytime, and we'll soon to be announcing her actual itineraries. But the Odyssey of the Seas is an ultra quantum class ship. And I know some of you all have enjoyed the quantum class, but she's beautiful. And she has things like the Sky Pad, which is a virtual reality trampoline experience. Absolutely crazy and fun. We have wonderful alternative dining restaurants, Teppanyaki being one of them. Of course, O Loco Fresh is our street style tacos, but the pool deck is really amazing. And I don't know if you all can see it, it's covered up on my screen, but it's this reimagined lime and coconut pool area with cabanas, live music, beautiful colors, bars, restaurants, all sorts of things to really enjoy the full day poolside and all the fun that goes with it. But something else that is unique to the Odyssey of the Seas is the Seaplex that you'll find on all quantum class, but it is the largest indoor sports Seaplex or sportsplex at sea. And they have bumper cars, trapeze schools, basketball, and we have Playmaker Sports Bar for all our sports fanatics with 31 television screens, craft beers, great burgers. And for those sports fanatics, and I have a husband who's one, you can see your sports from around the world at any given day, time of the day or night. So really, really great. But I'm going to give you all a sneak peek of Odyssey of the Seas because none of us have had the pleasure of seeing it in person quite yet. So let's have a look. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready to sail, and I cannot wait to welcome the Odyssey of the Seas to the fleet. And something else that I'm truly thrilled about is Alaska at last. Now, for those of you who like to plan ahead, we have 4 amazing ships doing sailings out of both Seattle and Vancouver. But for this summer, it is not too late for those of you who are committed to sailing, because starting on July 19th, we'll have the Serenade of the Seas sailing round trip from Seattle, and the Ovation of the Seas, which is a sister to the Odyssey that we just looked at, and she'll start on August 13th. So we're truly thrilled to be able to present Alaska this year, as well as a full season next year of really exciting choices, both with cruise and adding land in with it. So Alaska at last. And something else that I know many of our West Coast clients love, and Valerie Wilson clients, I should say, our guest, is Los Angeles. It has been over 10 years since we have sailed from the port of Los Angeles, and we are coming back with the Navigator of the Seas, which has been amplified, one of our phenomenal ships that will meet every standard and every need and desire of the Valerie Wilson guest. And we're so excited. She'll be doing short cruising, 3 and 4 nights, with a handful of longer cruises over the holidays thrown in. So welcome back, Navigator of the Seas, starting in November of this year out of the Los Angeles San Pedro Pier. We're so excited that she's back. Now, quickly, I just wanted to mention, we, of course, like all cruise lines, have a very detailed set of protocols that we'll be following. And just a quick reminder, of course, we'll be working with fresh filtered air. The fresh ocean air will be coming in with new HVAC systems with much higher standards than even hospitals require. Upgraded medical cleaning, or medical grade cleaning, I should say, upgraded medical facilities, and of course, a guarantee to get your clients or you, our guests, home safely. So we're really committed and ready. I know that Regent shared that we were working with a Healthy Sail panel. We are ready, and we cannot wait to welcome everybody on board. And one of the great new things that you'll see when you do get on board is our new Muster 2.0 safety drill. Now, everybody who's cruised knows that it is mandatory and nobody ever enjoys this experience, but we always all go through it. And now we have made it completely different. If you have a smartphone, which most people do, the Royal Caribbean app will allow you to view the safety videos very quickly in a series of videos. And then, of course, you will have to check into the muster station that you're assigned to, and you have a 4-hour window to do this, and that is it. You do it at your leisure, when and where you want, within that 4-hour window. And if you don't have a smartphone, of course, you can do it on your interactive stateroom television. So truly game-changing, and something that is one of the many upgrades you'll see when you come back to sailing at Royal Caribbean. Now we have some great specials for our Crown and Anchor Society members. Those are our repeat cruisers, and many of you listening hopefully are. We have double Crown and Anchor points through the end of June, but that is not all. Because we love our partnership with Valerie Wilson, we have an exclusive sale that's available from June 3rd, tomorrow, through the 9th, with up to $100 to spend at sea on board, depending on which category you book. And I don't know about y'all, but since it's been a while that we've all sailed, I think suites are in order for everybody listening. You should spoil yourself because you deserve it. Now, remember, Valerie Wilson always has exclusive benefits that are offered that are all combinable with this as well. So be sure and talk to your advisor to find out the details therein. And with that, I just want to say, families are our sweet spot at Royal Caribbean. And from our family to yours, I want to just give you a reminder of why we cannot wait to see you and what you have in store when you come back to sailing with us.
Go ahead, live your best life. Go ahead, live your best life. You can live your best life, best life, best life. We can live it, we can go get it, we can go get it, we can go get it. You can live it, you can live it, we can go get it, we can go get it. Go ahead, live your best life. You can live your best life, best life, best life.
And with that, we say thank you so much. We cannot wait to welcome you back.
Oh, Lori, that was fantastic. I'm not sure what I'm going to do without having to do the muster and actually getting the photograph with the big orange life vest over my head that I have so many of those photos floating around over the years. But what a great idea.
It's so much better, and it really enhances the experience. Because what I didn't even mention is, of course, if you all have sailed, you know, the entire ship shuts down during this process. And now with this new muster drill, the entire ship stays open. All of the refreshments, all of the restaurants, all of the experiences, everything continues on the entire boarding day. So it's really such a game-changing experience. It's such an important day.
I hope your friendly competitors follow suit. I think it's brilliant. So thank you so much for your presentation tonight. We've got 2 more to go. So I thank you, all of our clients, for hanging on with us. Next, we have Uniworld Boutique River Cruise. So Adam, I think I saw you floating around.
Yes, actually, Michelle's going to start off with that. I'll have the next presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Michelle Palma here from Uniworld Boutique River Cruise Collection. Lovely to see everybody. How are you this evening?
Great. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. I'm just going to open up my presentation. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay.
We didn't see Michelle either, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I have my video turned on. Okay, I'm clicking advanced share options, all participants.
And you have a host right, so you should be fine.
Should we maybe flip the order and have Adam go first, and then
Sure. Let's do that. I'm sorry about that, everyone.
On the back.
No worries.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Adam Consovoy, and I do represent the Velvet Collection, but today I'm going to highlight Luxury Gold, which is the luxury guided vacation branch of the Travel Corporation. I cover New York and New Jersey as a strategic account manager, and I absolutely love this product. I think it's so unique, and especially what we're doing now in 2021 and 2022 moving forward. We have some fantastic things to update everyone on. You know, with Luxury Gold, you know, it really is all about indulging in the exceptional, and carefully curated exclusive experiences is one of the forefronts of what we do in the guided vacation sphere. You know, we have these unique VIP experiences. What it means, it's after hours when things are closed. The photo you can see in the top left is at the Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna. And why I always like to highlight that photo is, well, there's nobody else there. That's because when our guests are on this particular itinerary, this is highlighted in the Harmony of Central Europe, it's closed to the general public. So a lot of concerns moving into travel in 2021 and 2022 is crowd management. How do we enhance and maintain social distancing? And that's really something that's quite easily done with Luxury Gold. You know, absolutely exceptional dining. And the next picture is showing our guests at the Old Cataract Hotel enjoying high tea at overlooking the Nile River. This is something that we do in our Egypt program. It's very small groups, and a lot of our itineraries, although we have an average of in Europe in 2019, which is 28 passengers, we're now moving into all small group journeys for 2022. For journeys in 2021, we will highlight which of those itineraries are standard and small group. But you know, we always maintained smaller groups than many other of the guided vacation brands. And one of the things I really love about what we're able to do with Luxury Gold, and we're in a very unique position, is the hotels that we stay at. Because with the Travel Corporation, our sister brand Red Carnation Hotels allows us to stay at some of the most iconic places all over the world. With the fantastic news that our colleague at American Airlines had pointed out that Ireland is opening up for travel, and the penultimate hotel is in our collection is definitely the Ashford Castle, possibly the most famous and warranted the most amazing property I think we have in our in our portfolio, because Luxury Gold has the unique position to stay within hotels that we physically own, knowing that our clients are definitely going to be taken care of. And that really points to our traveling concierge. They are women and gentlemen who have been with us for quite a long time in some of our other sister brands that are able to step up, and they are handling every little detail. In fact, as long as the trip registration is completed ahead of time, that will send you an email to introduce themselves. So if you have any special requirements, anything you like to celebrate, some way you can enhance your experience, we're there to help. And new for 2021 is the Wellbeing Director, which I'll quickly mention. And my most important thing that we do with Luxury Gold is our Make Travel Matter. We give back to the community to help preserve unique cultural experiences that they can be enjoyed not just for this generation, but subsequent generations. So in all of our destinations, we've added a Make Travel Matter experience where you really get to dive headfirst into the local culture. The travel directors, travel concierge, and now our new well-being director. And what that is a first in the travel industry, and the Travel Corporation really led the way with all of its guided vacation brands. And the well-being director acts as a liaison between the guests and our central reservation and also the local governments in handling all health and safety protocols, such as handing out any necessary PPE, wiping and sanitizing all high volume touch points on the coaches, even something as wiping and sanitizing all of the handles on the guest luggage. So anytime they're handled by either our drivers or the local concierge at the hotels, we're making sure everything is enhanced, and this is above and beyond. So all of our coaches, all of our itineraries with 20 or more passengers now have a new well-being director, and this is across all of the guided brands of the Travel Corporation. And something I'm going to highlight today is what I think really sets us apart, and something that we're able to offer to every one of our travelers, and that is the Chairman's Collection. So named after our fantastic chairman, Mr. Stanley Tolman. And basically it's all of his curated connections that he's had through a life of travel, many decades within the travel industry, and being able to take basically his personal Rolodex and open that up with culturally significant and important people and introduce that to our guests on select journeys. This has included both domestic in Italy, England, France, Austria, Canada, and some really special itineraries. And we've added this it's been in our portfolio for a while, but we've now expanded the number of departures and where we're offering it. So what's new for 2022, I always like to highlight, is all small groups. So in certain destinations and more exotic destinations, there were always small groups. For example, in Egypt, our average group size was 12 travelers. Our max in South Africa was 12 to begin with. So we've had small groups, so now we're rolling it across the entire portfolio. And one thing that we include and really just sets the tone for your vacation is VIP door-to-door transfer service that's from your house to the airport and back again, regardless of where you book the airfare. Now, we'd love to take care of all your air accommodations, but if you choose to go another route, we still include this as long as we have your airfare. So that's black car service that'll take you to any of the airports. So if you're in Manhattan and the nonstop flights are out of Newark, you don't have to worry about the transportation getting to and from the airport anymore. We take care of all of that. So one of the fantastic itineraries I love to highlight is here with the British Royale that we have our Chairman's Collection with. So we have and it's also combined with our Ireland itinerary, so you can do a longer one with 21 days. But you actually get to meet a royal family member. This is the Duchess of Northumberland, and she personally welcomes you on a private tour of her castle gardens. Now, this is something that you really can't set up yourself. It really is a singular experience to say that you dined and heard the personal stories of a member of the royal family. And like I said, with this, it's offered on our Castles and Kingdoms, which combines 2 trips. That would be the British Royale trip as long with our Ultimate Ireland. And it really is, there is no equal something like this. And our #1 selling itinerary is our Ultimate Italy. I always like to highlight a few things. First is that we stay 2 nights on the island of Capri. There are many different ways to travel to Italy, but most people do Capri as a day trip. We actually do 2 overnights. So when the day trippers leave as the sun goes down, you get to enjoy the island in all its glory. But what's also really interesting too is our end in Venice, you have the opportunity to add on the Venice to Simplon Orient Express to Paris. So you can extend your trip and make it a 16-day itinerary and travel on arguably one of the most luxurious trains available. And with this particular itinerary, what we do offer in the chairman's collection on select itineraries is the ability to meet with Marchese Masi, invite you to his famous ancestral home. Over 20 generations of winemakers. They really are the Beatles when it comes to Tuscan wine. They're the ones that put Tuscan wine back on the map. And it's not just a wine tasting. You're touring their residence and doing a private cellar tasting, something that it is just absolutely fantastic. Now, this is actually my favorite trip within the Luxury Gold itinerary, just because I love the interesting places we stay and the length of time we get to visit them. This is the Harmonies of Central Europe, start in Prague with an end in Warsaw. And on this particular Chairman's Collection option, you get to meet with Princess Anita von Hohenberg. She's the last living direct descendant of the Habsburg Royal Empire. You get to sit and take tea in her parlor. She regales you with personal stories of her family's history, leading back, to the Habsburg Empire's founding up until the start of World War I with the famous assassination of Franz Ferdinand, that's a direct relative of her. So you hear this, anyone who's into history, a real deep dive into European history and hearing it directly from the source. And with Treasures of the Inca, one of our most popular itineraries in all South America, of course, you'll visit the famous sites in Machu Picchu, go to spend time in the beautiful city of Cusco. But what I like about our Chairman's Collection is to actually have lunch at the villa of Francisco Diaz-Canseco de Vara. His family includes, like it says, former presidents of Peru. So it's like sitting down with, say like a former, a president or a prime minister, and hearing the stories firsthand is just absolutely amazing. Something that I think with Luxury Gold, what we offer. And if you look at our Chairman's Collection, one thing I like to tell people is if you're interested, please get have Valerie Wilson look into the availability, because they're always extremely limited because of how unique and special these are. And then looking into the Rockies, we partner with Rocky Mountaineer, offer Gold Leaf service as a train option as we do the Canadian Rockies. But anyone that's interested in sports, and particularly the Olympics, meet with an actual Olympic alpine skier, that is Robert Boyd, a 3-time World Cup dinner, and you have a private reception and dinner, hear all of his anecdotal stories about the training conditions of what it was like to be in the Olympics, and all of his personal stories. But not to leave out our domestic options. We have quite a few itineraries. In fact, we've opened up some new itineraries in the Southwest. So our Southern Grace and Sumptuous Soul of America, you'll get to meet some famous musicians, country music stars Charlie McCoy and Grammy Lifetime Award winner recipient Brenda Lee, and hear about their life story, what it was like, as country music, and to sit and meet people of such immense cultural significance is something that we're very proud. And with Luxury Gold, we're really welcoming back travelers. Our sister brand Insight Vacation, which I also have the opportunity to represent, is already departed trips. So we have trips many people are not aware of that have already departed, in both international and domestic. So we're doing Canyonlands and places like that. But we also have trips now departed to Iceland and Greece, soon to be Croatia. Egypt is currently departing, but we want to help you get back into travel. So we have our Go for Gold savings for up to $700 per person on select itineraries. And as always, we offer exclusive benefits for those that book through Valerie Wilson, including additional money off our trips, as well as fantastic options with our premium and business class airfare to really help you get to where you need to go. But I really appreciate the the chance to speak to everyone about such an amazing product, something I feel so passionate about. And with Luxury Gold, you know, we can't wait to welcome you back as the world begins to open up. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, so Michelle, how are we doing? What do you think? So if we'll stop sharing Adam's screen.
Okay, I think we're good. I sent the presentation over to Mary.
Yes, I'm going to share my screen now.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Sorry.
much, Mary. I really appreciate that.
No worries. Only if it works, there's no worries. Let's put it that way. There we go.
Exactly.
Everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we can. Thank you so
Fantastic.
much. Greatly appreciated. So good evening again, everyone. My name is Michelle Palma, and I've had the incredible good fortune and pleasure to represent Uniworld Boutique River Cruise Collection for the past 10 years. And I'm super excited. Thank you so much to our partners at Valerie Wilson for the opportunity to be with you today. I'm excited to be here this evening to talk about what makes river cruising, and especially with Uniworld, so special and very unique and different. I believe our first slide highlights some of the different pillars of distinction, we call them. I believe it's slide number 2. There we go. Thank you so much, Mary. You're the Vanna tonight. I apologize. And truly, you know, it really is about the most all-inclusive amenities that we offer on board Uniworld, the incredible, you know, from you know, authentic service that all of our staff and crew provide on board our ships, our unique one-of-a-kind ships. No two ships are alike. Every single ship is different and reflective of the region that we're traveling through. It's about the delicious farm-to-table cuisine. I think cuisine is what inspires so many of us to travel, right? Is to immerse ourselves in the local cultures as we have the opportunity to visit these incredible countries throughout our trips. And then finally, it's about the different exclusive, unique, highly curated excursions that we offer on each and every itinerary that we offer. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a minute to explore each of these. If we look at the next slide, we're going to talk about the amenities and exactly what's included. So everything is included on board our Uniworld ships. From the moment that you arrive at the airport, we pick you up, we whisk you to the ship, and you step on board. All of your gratuities are included on board. So there's no tipping envelopes coming out at the end of the week for the staff and the crew. We include round trip airport transfers on embarkation and disembarkation days. We offer 24-hour room service and concierge service. If you're anyone like me, I love having that opportunity to take a little bit extra time getting ready in the morning and enjoy my tea and my fruit as I get ready for an incredible day of exploring. Unlimited beverages, right? So all of the beverages are included, and it's always about the fine wines and the beers that are reflective of the regions that we're traveling through, right? If we're traveling in Bordeaux, you're going to have fabulous wines from the Bordeaux region or from Italy. And every day we offer a choice of anywhere from 3 to 5 included excursions that are available that are fully all-inclusive, and of course Wi-Fi, because we all need to stay connected. The next slide is one of my absolute favorites because I think it truly captures the essence of what we call the unlimited pours, right? I think we have something like over 22 different included vodkas, and it's always, you know, the premium spirits that are included. It's top shelf. And so our guests truly appreciate this as they're sailing down the rivers. If they want to wake up with a mimosa, they want to enjoy a pre-dinner cocktail as we're in the lounge listening to the cruise director talk about the next day's port of call and the incredible experiences that we're all going to have, or maybe that nightcap before bed after a long day of touring and maybe being up on the dance floor. So it's all about the unlimited pours on board Uniworld, and this is an image of one of our bar shots on board. Our next slide really, I think, highlights the essence of our service on board our ships. Many of our staff have been with us for 10, 15, 20 years in duration. And truly, you know, it's about, we put service at the heart of everything that we do. And this is part of our philosophy for the Travel Corporation family of brands. When you come back to the ship after a busy day of touring and you're welcomed by the staff and the crew, you feel like you're being welcomed home by family. And our service philosophy on board is very simple. It's no detail too large, no request too small. So it's all about exceeding your expectations and spoiling and pampering you every step of the way. We have what we call tiny noticeable touches. We call them TNTs on board. So if maybe you've forgotten your glasses back in your stateroom or your suite, don't worry. We have a case of fully sanitized glasses here for you so you don't have to go back. And every time I take such pride when I meet past guests that have sailed with us and they share their individual stories of maybe they forgot their credit card in a boutique, while shopping earlier in the day. And we receive a call, we find out about it. Our staff and crew rush to the boutique, pick it up and return it back to our guest on board before they even know that they forgot it. Or maybe you have a favorite snack or beverage that we might not have had on board our ship that week. Guess what? Someone runs off the ship and purchases it in the local, town or village or city that we're in and stocks the ship so that we have enough to get you through the week. And these are the tiny noticeable touches that really, separate Uniworld and really elevate the service, the level of service that you experience on board our ships. Of course, as I spoke earlier, it's all about the culinary. And I believe our next slide talks to this point. For many of us, it's our beautiful ships. Sorry, going back one, Mary, I apologize. For Uniworld, every single ship is absolutely different and unique from the other. And each one has been designed and decorated to reflect the region that we're sailing through. And so if you have the opportunity to travel with us in France, as an example, the ships are reflective of the architecture and of the country that we travel through. You'll see here the beautiful attention to detail with the artwork and the original the original artwork, right down to the details with the coffee table books that you see on the nightstand. And everything is custom designed to be on that ship, on that suite, or in that lounge. Nothing comes from a catalog. And this is truly one of the iconic aspects of traveling with Uniworld, very similar to our Red Carnation hotels. Next, moving on to the next slide, I believe talks about our farm to table cuisine. And so I think this is what really inspires so many of us to travel, is to immerse ourselves in the local culture and have the opportunity to experience the incredible cuisine. And because river cruise ships are so small, our chefs get off the ship every day and they go into the local markets to source the fresh ingredients that will be used in the preparation of that day and that evening's meals. One of my favorite excursions that we offer is in Venice, in the famous Rialto Market, where we take our guests in small groups where the locals are shopping on a Saturday morning in the local farmers market, and the chef comes and meets us, and he picks out the fresh fish that will be used in the preparation of that evening's dinner. One of the things that we're very proud of is the fact that we have full vegetarian, gluten-free, and vegan menus. We're actually the only river cruise line in the world to offer a full range of vegetarian and vegan menus every single day. Our next slide really starts to talk about the unique and exclusive experiences. We pride ourselves on offering very small group excursions every single day. You will not be one of 40 people that's transferred onto a coach for the different excursions. As I said, we have 3 to 5 options every day. We'll have the city tours, which provides an orientation. If you've never been to Paris or Vienna or Budapest, it gives you the opportunity to have that orientation toward the city. But then we also have what we call do as the locals do in village days, where we take you in small, intimate groups into those local villages and towns for those truly authentic experiences. Or as you see here, meeting the local vineyard owners in a small, intimate environment. Our next slide just highlights a few of them. One of the things that we've launched for 2020 and 2021 is our Morning with the Masters, where we take our guests in small groups, like you see here in the top left photo, with a local art historian into some of the world's most renowned museums before they open to the general public. And it's so quiet, you can literally hear a pin drop as you have that opportunity to have that once-in-a-lifetime experience touring some of these iconic museums, or the golfing that's included on our Paris and Normandy itinerary on the beautiful cliffs of Etretat. So these are just a few of the examples of the exclusive experiences, but we have them on every single itinerary that we offer. Moving on to our next slide, we'll take a minute to talk about our new cruise and rail itinerary. So this is something that's brand new for Uniworld that we launched for 2021 and 2022. We are the only river cruise line in the world to combine an all-inclusive luxury rail experience in addition to our all-inclusive luxury river cruises. And the response has been absolutely incredible. I know from our partners at Valerie Wilson, so many of the advisors that we work with have absolutely loved these new programs. So I'm just going to very quickly walk through. There's about 4 that we're going to highlight on this evening's presentation. The first one that we have is in conjunction with our beautiful super ship La Venezia in Italy. And there's our Venice, Milan, and the Swiss Alps. So here you'll have the opportunity to do a 4-day all-inclusive luxury train experience as you travel from Zurich through to Milan, where you can enjoy 2 days in Milan before boarding our beautiful super ship La Venezia. This is available both in 2021 as well as 2022. Our second itinerary, again, combines the Italy itinerary, our Gems of Northern Italy, but this time you have the option of traveling on our Istanbul, our Venice to Istanbul train experience. So this is a little bit longer. Rather than the 3-day that you have for the Swiss Alps, this next one features a full 7-day all-inclusive train experience from Venice to Istanbul, or reverse, depending on the direction. But it's such an iconic, historic rail trip to take. Our third itinerary that we wanted to touch on very briefly this evening is our Castles of Transylvania. And here we have our beautiful super ship Maria Theresa that travels on our Enchanting Danube itinerary that can also be combined with the rail program and gives you the opportunity to experience some of the most beautiful areas sailing and traveling down the Danube River, both by rail and by river ship. And rounding out our final 4 for our cruise and rail program is our Trans-Siberian Express. And this is available exclusively for 2022. Again, another iconic rail journey that is a 15-day. And from what I've heard, this is one of the most popular rail trips in the world. Again, very iconic and very, very popular. So that rounds out our 4 fabulous cruise and rail itineraries. Before we wrap up, I just wanted to share some of the exclusive promotions and offers that we have for you this evening. First of all, a Valerie Wilson exclusive. We have an exclusive promotion on between now and June 30th that will give you the opportunity to save $400 per stateroom savings on any 2021 or 2022 booking. This is also combinable with the exclusive Valerie Wilson Virtuoso amenity of $400 per person stateroom, or sorry, $400 per stateroom, $200 per person shipboard credit. And so often people say to me, well, Michelle, what can I do with my shipboard credit if everything's so all-inclusive? We have full service spas on board every one of our ships. We also have beautiful boutiques on board, and there are some optional excursions that are available for purchase as well. And keeping in mind, we have ships in the water in a matter of weeks. Super excited to announce that our super ship La Venezia will be sailing in Italy on June 18th. We plan to be back in Portugal the week of June 20th, and France is opening up for the entire month of July. So starting on 4th of July, we will have our super ships in Bordeaux, sailing on our Bordeaux round trip itinerary, the super ship Bon Voyage. We have our super ship Catherine on our Burgundy and Provence itinerary, and rounding out the final 3 in France is our super ship the Joie de Vivre, sailing on our Paris and Normandy itinerary. And then next, I think our last slide talks about our pay in full savings. So if you're not ready yet to travel in 2021, which I strongly encourage you, if you are interested in booking, River is very hot right now. We are seeing record booking days. Demand is incredible, both for 2021 and 2022. So I would encourage you not to wait, because I do anticipate that available inventory will definitely be an issue. But our pay in full savings offers an opportunity to save up to 12% per person. And then our last slide for this evening's presentation is our new flash sale. So we just announced this today. It runs for the next 7 days, and it gives you the opportunity to save up to 50% on a select group of sailings in 2021. And so with that, this wraps up our presentation for this evening. Thank you so much to the incredible team at Valerie Wilson for this opportunity to be here. Thank you for your patience with my technical difficulties, and to Mary for being so quick to receive my presentation and allow me to have the ability to present and speak with everyone this evening. So thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Wow, that 50% off on select sailings. That's a teaser if I haven't heard one. So thank you so much. Valerie, I know you wanted to kind of close us out tonight, so I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you to every one of our partners who presented tonight. And I think you can hear it in my voice. I am ready to travel almost anywhere. And there have been so many inspiring conversations and photographs that I'm saying, you know, maybe I'm not going to go back to work at all, and I'll just travel the whole time and really enjoy all of what opportunities are out there. But thank you to each and every one of you, and to all of our clients who are still watching this. Thank you for being Valerie Wilson Travel clients. To each and every one of our advisors and our associates and our staff at Valerie Wilson Travel, thank you for making Valerie Wilson Travel what it is, because it's people like you that have made luxury travel so important. And I'm honored to have thought about this almost 40 years ago now. So let's all keep traveling and sailing. Thank you, everyone.
Everybody,
Thank
look forward
you.
to seeing
Good
everybody
night.
tomorrow night.
Good night.
Thanks,
Yes,
everyone.
night 3 tomorrow.